Hey guys, and welcome back to Castle Crush. And today we are back here again with another Metamorph deck for some more Metamorph madness. And this should be pretty epic here with 2 Giant Growths, 2 Metamorphs, 2 Rages, which should be really interesting. Although it might end the matches really quick. But then we also have Dark Angel, Mud Elemental, Mana cards, Black Knight, and Dragon. So this should be a really interesting deck to just get in here and see how it's going to perform here, in particular in nature mode, as we open up these chests real quickly. And I'm only one win away from the victory chest, so we'll see if I get anything good in the victory chest. But let's get in here with this deck and see what cool stuff we can metamorph and if we can dunk some opponents here. Now, the main reason to use Metamorph in nature mode is because what works well in nature mode are often high health cards. Since the cards heal themselves, there's not that much point in running skeletons because the skeletons don't have very much health to heal. So if you run higher health cards that can kind of stand up to taking some hits, then that's usually what my opponents will run in this game mode, so therefore it works well with Metamorph. And right here, I am just trying to wait for the optimal moment to Metamorph. By the way, I'm doing the commentary not live style anymore. I'm doing it sort of after the fact, because I found that I feel like I give more intelligent commentary when I do it like this, and I think it's also less distracting to my gameplay. And I think I can play better if I'm not trying to play and commentate at the exact same time. So right here you can see them getting the Mud Elemental out there, and I'm just focusing on this one big stack here. But then all of a sudden I kind of realize that that lane is pretty vulnerable, and then they start off with the Necromancer, and I'm kind of concerned about what's happening there in the bottom lane. So I just realized, well, I have a pretty good looking top lane, let's just rage through there. And they end up not being able to stop that because I had Ice Elemental, Black Knight, and Dark Angel all at close range, all with rage level attack. So there wasn't really that much they could do. And so there was the victory chest. Oh no, here's the victory chest. And nothing too crazy. We do get a gem capsule. But I don't know. I mean, those are like, I guess it's nice if you have it when you're upgrading gems or spending gems, but I don't think about gem capsules too much normally. I've kind of given up on the piggy bank. I mean, there was one point where I thought maybe I could get the 20,000 gem piggy bank. I've had 20,000 gems, just not, I haven't had them all at once. And it's like a matter of being really, really, really patient and buying all the deals at like the right time. And usually I just find something to spend the gems on, and then I don't have enough anymore. You know, like it'll give you one of those deals where it's like 2 times the gold for, you know, a couple thousand gems or something, and then all my gems are gone. So right here, taking advantage of the Giant Growth, but then I didn't want to put the second one on necessarily. I ended up doing it, but I wasn't totally sure because sometimes if I commit too much to one lane, then they just pull out a Black Witch. And right here, probably committing a little too much to this lane, but Metamorphing an Angel was actually a really good thing for that lane. And going in for another Metamorph, and we get Dragon. We get the Giant Dragon Metamorph right there, which is pretty epic. And how will my opponent fight back against this? I don't think they can even fight back, really. And nope, they are done. Absolutely done from that dragon. So I think I finally solved a lot of the lagging issues. You guys may have noticed for the past couple of years that there was a lot of lag in my videos, and that was because I was using something called AirPlay to wirelessly like sync, you know, my iPad with my computer, and then I would record it on my computer once it got to my computer. But that process caused lag in the gameplay, and that had been a big problem but since using a capture card, that seems to be better. However, it has, I think, generated a new issue where I have some like weird staticky stuff in my audio. So now I'm trying to record my audio and gameplay separately, which is another reason I'm doing the commentary like after the fact, because then I can use Audacity to record my audio commentary, and then it seems to, I think, be clean. So we'll keep experimenting and trying to figure out what the best setup is for no lag and better audio, but I think I've solved the lag issue for now as we pick up this match with the Dark Angel. And that's the only bad thing about having Rage in here, is it doesn't really give me a whole lot of time to use the Metamorph for Giant Growth because I'm really focused on just winning the matches super quickly. And here it is, this Metamorph right here, 3 Dark Angels, just to prove it actually happened from the thumbnail. But unfortunately, I guess upon seeing this, my opponent basically just decided not to fight back, and they just never even played a single card. So I don't know if they were there and they saw me Metamorph the Dark Angels and just decided not to play, or what exactly happened there. So unfortunately, no epic match out of that, but it did happen. I didn't make it up, it did actually happen. It's always like that though. The other time, one of the other times I metamorphed 3 dragons, my opponent also, I think, didn't fight back. Like, they just let me win. So it's hard to really get those like super epic metamorphs, because usually if you metamorph that much stuff, you're going to end up just dunking your opponent. So this is a good setup considering they played skeletons and I have a Dark Angel, but I opted to first try and just push through, mostly using a Giant Growth to try and save the Mud Elemental, and trying to get rid of that Skull Queen too. Dark Angel is doing a good job here, but can we get the upper hand? It looks pretty close here, but somehow with the nature mode healing, we managed to actually take out those 2 mages, and all of a sudden I have a pretty epic situation right here. 2 rather large Dark Angels plus a dragon, and we get another Metamorph. But unfortunately I got a skeleton. I really should have waited until my dragon was back, but they ended up meteoring it anyways. But once again, the Rage and Giant Growth combination just doing too much work for my opponent, way too much for them to deal with. Good chance here to try and metamorph a Mud Elemental. So we both go for the Giant Growth right there, and then I get my Metamorph first, and I go in for the Rage. But unfortunately, my opponent had a Nature Heal, which was smart of them. And then they get another Mud Elemental of their own. So it's looking good for me though now, with Black Knight and Mud Elemental up, but they get their own Mud Elemental, and with the help of arrows, they manage to weaken my stuff. So I go for another Metamorph, and all of a sudden their push is looking better considering how powerful their Mud Elemental is. But I tried to go for Giant Growth and Rage, but it didn't work out because they had another Giant Growth of their own, unfortunately. So I don't know, I just banked on having more DPS there at the end, but it just didn't happen. Mud Elementals are very strong. They're very strong cards, and especially against a castle by itself. So I like having the Dark Angel in here just because it does give me the ability to work with skeletons. Ice Elementals are pretty hard, and you can see right here that my opponent gets 2 of them, and I basically have melee cards. So I'm like, we're just going to have to push through in the lane that doesn't have the Ice Elemental. And since I have 2 Rages, I'm just like, let's try and get my Mud Elemental a lot closer so that it reduces the chance they would be able to play a Black Witch or something. And then we just go all in right here. And because my opponent already played 2 ice elementals, well, they played 1, so it was unlikely they'd probably have another one. And luckily they did not. Just went right around them right there, and that was all I had to do. And the Hollow Knight can be a little bit of a fun card to use in this too, especially with Giant Growth. With Giant Growth and Metamorph, the Hollow Knight is really fun. And right here, I was just focused on turning around my opponent's Hollow Knight. And then, again, just going straight in with Rage. It's really funny how Rage plus Giant Growth can just be a really effective strategy, even though it's so simple. It's so simple, and you'd think your opponent would be able to counter it, but a lot of the time they're just not. Like, they're expecting something more complicated, and then when you just Rage them with a giant card, like, they can't really do anything. And that was that. Picking up a pretty nice win there. And getting our victory chest. And I do get an epic, and it is Resurrection. Okay, so this person has Cannon Shot. That could be a problem. What it mostly means is I need to up the tempo here. And try to make sure that we push them pretty hard, because if they have Cannon Shot, it means the match is going to be a lot shorter, and if I don't push them, they are going to be able to just wear me down with Cannon Shot. So trying to see if I can just kind of go hard here. I don't know what I was doing there. That was unfortunate, but let's go ahead and get the dragon out. They must only have 1 Cannon Shot? It's kind of weird. I mean, it could be a real difference maker for sure. There's the second dragon we metamorph, but... Okay, so Meteor. Finally, I'm seeing the Meteor. Now we need to push hard. We've got the cards here to push hard. I don't think they have enough to stop me if I actually... can get this second Orc's Horde out here and really push. I think we can take them out. I'm going to push very hard right now, make a legitimate push at their castle. And I don't think they can stop me, to be honest. I don't think they can stop me here. I think the Orc's Hordes are going to do them in. Let's get some of those cards back. And I think they're done, honestly. I think they're toast, but actually these are some pretty nice plays by them. And I'm just going to keep pressing here. I'm going to keep pushing because we now have the health advantage. I need to keep pushing, not use the dragon, just keep pushing the castle. Well, I guess now I could use the dragon because I have a health advantage, so I can probably take a little bit of time, and there I get the second dragon. We should really have this match. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't. Third dragon. Come on. Come on. Come on. I should really have this. Alright. Let's go for the Metamorphs. Oh, no. Well, we should have this anyways. I don't think they can stop the top lane. And I have Fire Elementals, so that should end it if nothing else does. But still, fun match. So, we'll play it to them here. But I really should be able to get this. They keep surviving, but they must have double fortified. But alright. So, that is going to do it for this video, guys. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments and what other types of content I should create. Maybe subscribe if you're new to my channel. And thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.